um, I need to talk about certain aspects of myself, and I know because of Hegel and because of myself that when consciousness um, pretends that it is honest and want to say the truth, this is the greatest deception because I know that when the leftists um, claim to be virtuous, they are at their most hypocritical and perverted, and I'm sick of knowing those things. And when I had my my God experience in August 2018, I was so disappointed. I had become conscious that I was the whole of reality, and that's what I would ever be, and there would be no other option than me being the whole of reality. And I was so disappointed. I tried to make jokes um, to relieve the tension, not the tension, to relieve the burden. But I did not even find the strength to laugh. I was so, and I just wanted everything to stop. I wanted the Buddhist nothingness, and after that, all that I had believed turned into its opposite, and I had admired the truth speakers, which I identified with the right wing, and suddenly I hated them because I did not want to know the truth, and I understood the liars and the deceivers, and I said to myself, thank God there are people who lie and who um, deceive and manipulate, because when I had this God consciousness, which was the birth of reason, as Hegel calls it, I just I everything inverted in my mind, and suddenly I did not want to know God. I wanted to forget. I wanted to have a normal life. I became and um, I have, how should I put it? I know that the world is my mirror, and I don't like the world because I don't like my image in the mirror. There are many things that I hate about the world, and I'm afraid of many things about the world, and I am afraid of myself, and I'm not just afraid. I am terrified because um, I I fear God because I fear my own inner negativity, and I fear my own reflection in the mirror, and I have hatred within me. Um, I I hate Hegel because he knows everything, and this is just this dialectical movement, this roller coaster turning from one opposite to the other. That's just, I know that I am dialectically programmed to say everything and its opposite, and to understand that, to be um, chained to the rhythm of dialectics, it's just sickening. And I hate Hegel. I hate dialectics. I hate myself. And I hate this empirical existence of mine, while at the same time loving this empirical individual. And this is my most conflicting contradiction, because if I look at me, my empirical being, from above, I find myself to be a pathetic and grotesque and miserable and weak and pathetic human. But from the point of view of my empirical self, I have uh, this 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 will to power to assert myself in my own mediocrity. That's what Nietzsche understood so well, that every creature, no matter how pathetic, has an inherent will to power to assert its own being, and to maintain its own being, and to forge fantasies about itself, and to be resentful against everything which is greater than itself. And the resentment is the only strength of the weak. And my empirical self is resentful, because, and this is my most intimate contradiction, and this is what Hegel understood, what Jakob Bohm understood, that the empirical existence of God is uh, what Jakob Bohm calls the devil, and what Hegel calls the negative. And I hate Hegel for using words to hide the true meaning of things, and I hate Jakob Böhm for using the real words to mean the real thing. So I'm conflicted, and I hate them both. And God hates his own empirical existence, and the empirical existence of God loves itself. And this love of the self, in its weakest and most pathetic aspect, is precisely evil within God. And I am so arrogant, because every time that this empirical being of mine does something which is good or worthy of being praised, I get such a high opinion of myself. I become so arrogant. I have this contradiction in my psychological empirical being of being modest when I don't trust myself, but it's a fake modesty. It's a fear of 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 being disappointing. So it's not even modesty. It's false modesty. But when I doubt myself, I am very shy and afraid. And but every time that I succeed in doing something, I immediately um, have a rush of arrogance within me. And suddenly I think I overestimate myself. And from an abstract point of view, I know that I owe everything good that I have ever done as an empirical individual, that I owe it to God. But there's my empirical me would like to have his own pride. And this is what the Christian call Lucifer, and his pride and his arrogance. He rose up against God. And because I would like to achieve something on my own, and this will to 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 create something outside of God's influence is precisely the the principle of the fall. And I have this in me, and I hate those who have diagnosed this, the Jacob Boehm and Hegel. I hate them because they know everything about me, and this empirical being of mine. I wish that I were handsome and funny and charismatic, but these are fantasies. I wish as an empirical individual that women would admire me, but when I look at myself from a higher point of view, I'm a grotesque human. And this pride is the root of all my evil, the will to I don't know, but this, and I I am proud, and I have no reason to be, but I am nonetheless. So there's this conflict within me, and and being humiliated uh, means to be brought to the ground, literally, to be brought to your most humble existence, to be tormented, and um, to be in a position to say, okay, my pride doesn't serve me anymore. I am nothing without God, and I need God, and I cannot do anything without God. And I know that it is true, but and I I hate God, which is a part of myself, for uh, for feeling the need in order to be loved to humiliate his own creatures. What kind of God is this? And who am I to judge God? And I'm my my greatest fear or my greatest hatred is to be humiliated and to be rejected and to be ashamed and to be made fun of. I hate that. I hate that. I hate being mocked and rejected. And I know from an abstract point of view that at some point the whole world will be against me, because I will be against the whole world and I will be rejected by my own substance. And I hate it. I hate it because I want to be loved and admired and respected. But what have I done to deserve being loved and admired and respected? Nothing. So I have a contradictory wish, and I'll make another video because I have other things to say.